Hello and welcome back in our 2-minute weekly discussion of one of the questions that are frequently asked about English language. The question is, can I, by myself, solely, independently, learn English without the reliance on language centers or academic teachers or universities or private tutors? That's a very common question that we can see spreading online a lot of time, especially under the COVID-19 crisis right now and the pandemic that is spreading around the world. So the question is simply, can you independently learn English or any other language without reliance on anyone in the world? Now, the answer to that question is, it depends. Now, this is a very variable question. Why? Because there are so many variables that cannot be controlled under the circumstances of learning by yourself. First, you need a little bit push in the beginning of your study and learning of language. We can absolutely confirm that the early learners of language need a little bit of guidance, because the kind of quality of the materials that they will choose from is like going into Costco or big Walmart or one of the big supermarkets or malls in Dubai. Now, there are so many things to select from. There's so many commercial books, there's so many tutorials, there's so many teachers online, there's so many materials that you can choose from to depend as solely language training for you. Now, this is something that we should consider if you're in the beginning of your language learning trajectory. Once you hit the intermediate and the advanced level, you kind of like become aware of the kind of materials that you choose. So again, it depends. If you're a beginner, you need some guidance. You need somebody to give you the ins and outs, somebody who can tell you the basic things you need to rely on and to be trained on in order to take you from point A to point B. Once you hit the intermediate and the advanced level, you're good to go independently. So the answer to that question depends on the kind of materials that you choose, the context of your training, whether you're training yourself here, for example, in Iraq, or you're training yourself in a country that speaks English as their native language. For example, UK, Canada, or the United States. You need to utilize from the context or the surrounding to add as much input, as much listening to you as possible, and also to stimulate your inner skills to independently talk and engage yourself with people. The self-engagement with language learning context is the most important part of your learning progress. If you do not develop a sense of intrapersonal communication with people, you're not going to improve your language. You need to push yourself kind of like a little bit to leave your comfort zone and try to practice and engage and challenge yourself, because language is a social organism. And if you do not put it in the society and activate it, you're not going to learn it. That's the ultimate purpose of language communication, is to deliver meaning and also to be activated socially. So if you have a good circle of social networks that you can utilize from to practice, you're going to make a little bit of progress. Traveling is not an option right now, probably. Have a wonderful day.